Plug those headphones in. It's time for Ireland's only interactive podcast, the multi-award-winning Opinions Matter with Adrian and Jeremy.
Hello, this is Adrian Kennedy. This is a short little clip from our most recent Opinions Matter podcast. If you want to hear the whole thing, go to wherever you get your podcasts and search for Opinions Matter with Adrian and Jeremy and follow us there.
I want to find out how you feel about this, whether or not he's barking up the wrong tree or has he got a point. I started listening to your podcast 3 years ago in Australia. I've been living there for 11 years and moved back home last month. And I want you to talk about what has happened to Dublin. It was my first time home and I was shocked by what I saw. I walked through the city at the weekend and I must have been the only Irish person there. No one working in the shops was Irish. No one walking on the streets was Irish. And the two taxis I used, the drivers weren't Irish. I felt like a stranger in my own city. Have you been in the city lately, even up by Parnell Street? No Irish anywhere. What has happened to Dublin? I still can't believe it, lads, that we are strangers in our own city. Am I wrong for saying this? Keep up the good work. And that's from a guy called Carl. Now, I have to say there's a bit of irony in Carl's message. He's just home from Australia after 11 years as a foreigner living in Australia.
Well, he's entitled to, yeah.
So he was a foreigner in a different country, yeah? And now he's giving out about foreigners in our country.
No,
the irony of that.
He's not. He's giving out about the fact that he feels like a stranger in Dublin. Now, he's not... Okay, he's right and he's wrong. He's not wrong in the point that... do you be in the city centre at all?
Yeah, quite a bit, yeah.
If you're in the city centre and, say, from O'Connell Bridge upwards, up towards Parnell Street and all that, it doesn't resemble the Dublin of 20 years ago. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, by the way. I'm just saying it doesn't.
Well, it does. The GPO is still in the exact same spot.
No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. There's a lot more diversity of nationalities in Dublin, which I think is actually a good thing, because I think, Dublin is an international city now. We don't just, does he want to just walk through Dublin and see people with freckles and red hair called Sean? Those days are gone. A lot of the people, and as well, Carl, the point...
his whole attitude, though, is so racist, basically.
And don't throw the race card out.
Why did he feel the need to mention no one working in the shops was Irish, no one walking on the streets was Irish? What an exaggeration, because that's just not true. That is just not true. That there are no... I was in Grafton Street a few weeks ago. I saw Irish people. Okay? I think it's an exaggeration to say that there are no Irish.
He's not being racist. Why does everything come down to racist? You can't say anything and it's racist. He's stating the fact the two taxis you got were driven by non-Irish drivers. That's fair. That's fair enough.
That just suggests that there are no Irish drivers. Of course there are. It's ridiculous.
Well, I have to say...
He just happens to have gotten two taxis
I have
driven
to be honest, I use a taxi maybe once a week. I haven't had an Irish driver in a taxi, I'd say, in months.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but I have.
Okay, but let's just look at...
Yeah, I got a taxi home on Sunday evening and...
Let's just look at the draw.
Fella from Finglas driving the car.
But to call him racist because he just thinks that Dublin doesn't look like Dublin anymore, you do better, Adrian.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is that so what? Whoop-de-doo. Why does he even feel the need to state that? Go to London and you'll find it's a multicultural city as well. People don't give out about London because we Irish actually invaded London as foreigners.
What's Ashley saying here? I agree that it's overpopulated with foreigners. Now, you see, there you're getting into...
But that's exactly what Carl is saying.
If they're not here...
Carl is saying exactly that.
Let me read Ashley's comment. If they're not here to work, they should be shipped back. Now, Ashley, that's bollocks, first of all, because they obviously are working, because according to Carl, they're working in shops and taxis. So they are working. So we're not going to ship back people that work. It's the only fair way. They can't be here scamming from our goods. You see, this is the perception. Jesus, foreigners can't win. If they come to Ireland to work and actually